Zdravstvuyte. Hello everyone, my name is Nazrai. I am 7 years old and I am in grade 3. My birthday is on the second day of March. I live with my mom and dad in Richmond Hill, and I was born in Toronto. I like Christmas because I get lots of presents and I eat lots of food. I also like my birthday because I get to eat cake. My mom and dad came to Russia when I was still in my mom's belly. My mom and dad do not speak English. They speak to me in Russian, and they tell me stories from Russia. I never went to Russia, but I have lots of friends at school. My best friend is Noah because he helps me draw pictures from my scary stories and I read them to him. My favorite thing to do in school is play outside with my friends, do gym, and play games. I don't like to copy words from the board or do math. It's too hard for me. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer to make lots of money. I started school in kindergarten. I took special classes for English. I did not know how to speak English at all then. I speak Russian and English, but at home I only speak Russian. I speak Russian to my mom and dad and my grandparents on the phone. At school, I only speak English. I do special work with teachers to practice English more. I was in English class every day when I was in kindergarten, but now I only go Sundays. I think it's very hard to learn English. It's hard to write and copy words from the board. I like speaking English because I can talk with my friends. I can read and write everything in Russian. I make stories about scary monsters and my mom told me about in Russia and share them with my friends at school. I like to read and write in Russian. I don't like to read and write in English because it's hard.
There are some gaps in the profile for Nazrai, specifically what supports were provided to Nazrai in kindergarten and what supports he is receiving from ESL teachers at this time. This information can be obtained through school records but would be beneficial to understand from his perspective. It is also unclear in the profile what activities or subjects Nazrai enjoys in English and what he feels his strengths are. He seems to have a negative view of his English experience so far. Based on the initial assessment, Nazrai is placed in Step 3 for oral language. He was able to respond to a variety of questions and follow instructions. However, some wording in the questions, such as, "Who is someone you admire?" was more difficult and went unanswered. Nazrai was able to express meaning and use simple sentences. His language is conversational, but not yet academic. When describing a picture, Nazrai gave only descriptions of characteristics of the drawing. Based on the initial assessment, Nazrai is placed in Step 2 for written language. Nazrai is able to organize words into simple sentences which are relevant to a familiar topic, as seen in his leprechaun story. Nazrai uses a combination of written words and pictures to communicate his ideas and often uses common and relevant language. From the initial assessment, we can see it is important to remember to create more engaging activities, provide supports for the writing process, and incorporate culturally relevant activities. Ingredients of Me promote use of pictures and words while encouraging emerging math language. Students describe themselves in percentages to tell their peers more about them. All About Russia is an activity which incorporates current knowledge and use of technology to gain expertise on a topic that is interesting and relevant to Nazrai. Story writing and translations incorporates a skill Nazrai has and enjoys, storytelling. In this activity, he is able to work with a partner to create stories in his first language and cooperatively translate these stories to English as well. These activities provide Nazrai opportunities to write on topics that are culturally relevant to his life, select his own topics for writing, and draft his ideas using his first language. This develops background knowledge through listening, speaking, reading, and writing, as well as the use of collaborative strategies with peers. Monopoly encourages natural oral language and touches on Nazrai's interest in finances and economics. Paper Airplanes allows Nazrai to spend time drafting a response with a sentence on a paper airplane before throwing to a target for the teacher. This provides additional time to think and formulate responses to questions and can be done in his first language and/or English. Guess the Word on Your Back encourages peer oral discussion. It requires students to formulate and guess English words relevant to the students. Stop and Think is a strategy which can be used in the class to provide a variety of students, including Nazrai, additional time to contemplate questions and answers as well as additional time to formulate a response before sharing. These activities provide opportunity for preparation and rehearsal, drafting ideas, as well as listening and sharing in a variety of group settings and purposes. The use of electronics for writing will assist Nazari with note-taking, as well as assist with translating, researching topics, and story creation. Class discussions will help provide additional background knowledge and exploration of topics coming up in various subjects, building on Nazari's vocabulary and knowledge of content. Peer work can encourage oral language and social-emotional engagement with more friends at school. These activities can assist in promoting more classroom and English engagement for Nazari. Emerging questions from this initial assessment include: are forms sent home translated? Has the family been provided any community language resources? What are some of Nazari's strengths and interests in English to improve engagement? What further activities can be planned to provide Nazari opportunities to show his evolving English skills? Thank you for listening.
Spasibo y do svidania.